Yo, guys, I hope you're well. The guys, Amazon Fresh is dead in the water. Amazon Fresh stores have now ceased being. I was in town this morning and going about my business, had my earphones in, so walked up to the Amazon Fresh store, tried to gain access, couldn't. Someone was shouting in my ear from my right hand side. And because I had my music on, I didn't take much attention. Anyway, so the person tapped me on the shoulder and says, "Mate, you're too late." And I said, "What do you mean too late?" And he says, "They've shut down." And I recognized him. He actually is a guy who works in the store. So I've seen him a few times. Obviously, he knows me. So I was saying to him, "Really? What's happened?" And he said, basically, the store shut down. I think it was yesterday, day before. I don't know. But basically, he was saying that there wasn't enough in it for the stores to be profitable. So I was left scratching my head at this because I know, for instance, Amazon has invested a lot of money in this, and this was meant to be the way forward. Because I've been in these stores a few times, not too sure whether or not I like these stores because the whole ethos of these stores was a person could go into the Amazon Fresh stores, walk around, put food or products, groceries, whatever, into their basket, and then on their way out, they'd be charged by, if they put their card in, and it will charge it to their account. And I remember seeing the first couple of times I went in there, went on my account online, and it says, "Okay, you've been in the store 13 minutes and 23 seconds, blah, blah, blah. You bought this item, this cost. You got this much discount because you're an Amazon Prime customer, this, that, and a third, blah, 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 blah." So I was just thinking that isn't this the way they planned for things to be in the future? So they could have stores that are literally unmanned, and at some point, they were going to have stores where someone could just walk into the store and they'd be basically scanned as they went through the store, and they could walk out and it will automatically charge their credit card, debit card, whatever it is. So it looks like this pilot scheme has failed. And I had a good conversation. So with this guy, really nice guy actually, and with his friend who came out of the store. So obviously they're doing the last bits and pieces before the store shuts down finally and it's kaput. But what got me is I was talking to them and they told me that this has been in effect for 4 years. I didn't realize that, Amazon Fresh. And Jeff Bezos, Amazon, they've invested a lot of money, startup money into this business. But obviously, they're not getting back a return on their investment. So I spoke to him and I said to him, "So what's happening about the staff? Are you okay? What's happening with you guys? Did you get redundancy?" Apparently, they did get redundancy, and at least these two guys are sorted. But he told me that every store is be shut. So I see if I can go online here. It looks like it's shut down, which is a shame. And I wanted to find out what stores. No, it doesn't show me what stores were active and inactive, etc., etc. I'll look at that at some point, maybe put it up later on after this. But it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because we've got the government here under Keir Starmer, and he wants to put everyone onto or under a digital ID. But it looks like people are not interested, and people are fighting back and pushing back on this. And like I say, I was in Sainsbury's yesterday. It was packed to the rafters. Every single checkout till was queues all the way through the store. All of these self-service, which I don't ever use, full up, blah, 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 blah. It just shows you that people prefer to interact with other people. So when you have these soulless, peopleless stores, it looks like a lot of people are not interested. Spoke to the two guys, and he said they were very busy at lunchtimes. You got a lot of footfalls from the people actually work in the city, etc., blah, blah, blah. But at other times of the day, not many people, not much footfall. People didn't like it. So I was actually quite amazed at that. And I was just wondering, is this the way forward? is the only way we can channel our efforts and fight back against these people through their pockets. So if we are not purchasing from these stores, if we are not signing up to these digital IDs, is that the only thing that these people know and that drives these people? So a monetary asset to these people, if people were purchasing these digital IDs and it's going to cost money in the future, etc., that is the way that they want to make their money from. But if we all say no, and we don't go to these, or we don't use these facilities, then potentially, perhaps, that is the way to speak back to these people and to say, listen, we want human beings to be involved with human beings. We don't want our information in one source. Remember, cyber, all the hackers are hacking these, they're hacking the life out of these places. Government sites have been hacked, other sites have been hacked, like M&S hacked, all of these other things hacked. So they're not secure, they're not safe. So are you happy to have your information in one place? I'm not. But going back to the Amazon Fresh conundrum, I think Amazon Fresh is going to exist and continue and be very healthy online. But the physical presence of an Amazon Fresh store seems to have been zilched, seems to have been nixed, seems to have been cut adrift. And I was speaking to the guys as well, saying, I'm amazed that Jeff Bezos has allowed this to happen, because I don't know how much money's been seeded into this, but I'm sure it's been a lot of money, a lot of initial investment has gone into this for them to give up after 4 years. So it'd be interesting to find out how much money these stores have been hemorrhaging, if they've been hemorrhaging money at all. So guys, let me know in the comment section, have any of you been to an Amazon Fresh store in the last X amount of weeks, months? What's your experience being in an Amazon store? Did you like the experience? Did you think, no, this is not for me? And what does it mean for other connected facilities, other connected areas and avenues? Does it mean that people may have the potential to fight back and to say no to what they're pushing in our faces? I don't know. Let me know down here in the comment section, guys. But I would just like to say rest in peace to Amazon Fresh, the Amazon Fresh stores, and hopefully all of the staff get another position somewhere else. And yeah, I just like to watch this space, because what comes next, I really don't know. Anyway, guys, just a short one, just to say I was surprised, shocked even, because I thought this was what these people were pushing for the future. They wanted stores to be unmanned. So our high streets would have featured unmanned stores, just literally collecting our data as we walked in, did our purchases. They would look at us, they would take pictures for us, CCTV, time us, look at our movements, look at all the things we do, and put it into their databases. But it looks like the pilot scheme, should we say, from Amazon Fresh has not worked. So let's see what happens in future. Anyway, guys, make sure you look after yourselves, you look after each other, and I will see you at the next one.